We seek the protection of God from Shaitan, who has been expelled from God's kingdom of special grace and mercy because of his satanic habits. If we avoid the satanic habit of arrogance, whatever we know to be true, by the guidance of the God-given intellect, the divine revelation, the human conscience, we submit. And if we avoid the satanic habit of defiance, whatever we know to be evil and wrong and false, by the guidance of the God-given intellect, the divine revelation, the human conscience, we don't commit. And if we have reliance on God, definitely we'll get the strength to be able to distinguish between right and wrong and to oppose evil. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We seek guidance and grace from God because He is Allah, the all-perfect being. Nobody can achieve any goodness or perfection until and unless Allah wills it so. And we ask for His guidance because He is Rahman. His universal mercy and love and compassion reaches out to each and every entity, brings it to life, and enables it to reach its goal of creation. And we ask for His grace and guidance because He is Rahim. He's extra rewarding, forgiving. Mercy and love is available to those specifically who use their intellect and their freedom of choice to find the truth, to accept it, to obey Him, and to live a life according to His wisdom. Alhamdulillah, all praise belongs to God and God alone. This week I will base my praise on the verses from the Holy Quran. Alhamdulillah, الذي خلق سبع سماوات طباقا وجعل القمر فيهن نورا وجعل الشمس سراجا والله أنبتكم من الأرض نباتا ثم يعيدكم فيها ويخرجكم إخراجا والله جعل لكم الأرض بساطا لتسلكوا منها سبلا فجاجا. All praise belongs to God and God alone, who out of His unlimited power and wisdom and knowledge and love and mercy has created this wonderful universe. We are told that in this past week, scientists have declared that they have found some planets revolving around some stars. There's a red dwarf star, about 7 or so planets which are Earth-like have been spotted. And therefore they're expecting life, Earth-like life, to be there. But there are some conditions. The Quran specifies that Allah has designed the earth to be suitable for life, and there are several factors which are necessary. Don't you see how God has made this sky above you in 7 layers? Or no, the stars or planets above you in 7 orbits? This protective atmosphere in 7 layers has got its own different layers in density, in temperature, in composition, which protect life on the earth. Look at the moon. The moon doesn't have an atmosphere, and therefore even if you try to speak on the moon, the voice will not be transmitted because there are no air particles to be trapped by the gravity of the moon. But the moon therefore is exposed to all the space threats out there. And therefore these pock marks that you see on the surface of the moon, it is suspected that there are meteoric showers that strike it regularly. So the sky above us is protective. any planet that is going to sustain life will have to be protected from the space. The ayah then says that, and He has made the moon for you as light, and He has made the sun for you as a lamp. Yes, there are stars out there. They're suspected, I don't know, millions of stars to have Earth-like planets. So far they've discovered about 3,600, of which the very near ones are about in their tens. 7 currently are supposed to be the nearest, 4 light years away. But then you need the right star, the right sun, and the right planets, and the right moon. Both of these are essential. The sun is a lamp. It's not a burning fire. Too close and too hot a sun and a star, and you will fry life on that planet. The moon stabilizes the earth, necessary. But the moon itself is not a lamp. It doesn't issue light. It reflects light. And then the ayah says, وَاللَّهُ أَنْبَتَكُم مِّنَ الْأَرْضِ نَبَاتًا. Sawa. So there is the right type of sun, and there is the right type of distance of this planet from the star, the mother star, but you also need the right type of soil, not only the protective atmosphere, the right type of soil. Allah made you grow from this soil of the earth. The soil needs to have the right type of components to make up the composition of the human body. ثُمَّ يُعِيدُكُمْ فِيهَا وَيُخْرِجُكُمْ إِخْرَاجًا. In Allah, in His wisdom, He creates you from the earth, and then you grow and you age, and then you die, and then you return back to the earth. Are you doubting God's power, therefore, to recreate you a second time? If He could do it the first time with all the right conditions, the right planet, the right sun, the right moon, the right soil, the right atmosphere, if He could do it the first time, do you doubt His power to be able to do it a second time? In fact, Surah Rum says, وَهُوَ أَهْوَنُ عَلَيْهِ. No, the second time, according to your calculations, it should be easier for Him to do it. وَاللَّهُ جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ بِسَاطًا. And then the earth's terrain has to be suitable for life to develop in one place, and then to spread, to be able to colonize and to develop that earth, to be able to exploit all the resources that have been hidden in the earth, for a civilization to be able to flourish, to develop, to reach a point of technological advancement whereby they can rule over the earth. لِتَسْلُكُ مِنْهَا سُبُلًا فِجَاجًا. أوصيكم عباد الله ونفسي بتقوى الله. Community of believers, I wish to remind you, as I do myself, the necessity of taqwa. These verses that I quoted are from Surah Nuh. Nuh alayhi salam tells his people that there is a message that you have received from God, but you don't seem to accept it and follow it, and therefore you are suffering. And one of the sufferings you are undergoing is a shortage of water and shortage of food, therefore. So Nuh alayhi salam tells them, فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا. Come and ask for forgiveness from your Lord, and your Lord will forgive you. He is very forgiving. You just take one step and He takes 10 steps. Not only will He forgive you, but He will change your material conditions. يُرْسِلِ السَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا. And He will send rain over you in abundance. وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ. And He will strengthen you with property, with wealth, with possessions, and with sons, with children. وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ جَنَّاتٍ. And then He will enable gardens, treed gardens, flourishing gardens to grow for you. وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ أَنْهَارًا. And He will make water flow in streams and rivers. مَا لَكُمْ لَا تَرْجُونَ لِلَّهِ وَقَارًا. What's the problem with you? What's the matter with you? Nuh alayhi salam is asking. When the message is so clear, Why don't you respect God? Notice Nuh alayhi salam does not specify what is the sin they're committing, which is resulting in these shortages. Nuh alayhi salam is ordering them, just seek forgiveness and Allah will forgive you. Well, you normally seek forgiveness for disobedience, for doubt, for denial. They are not accepting the authority of God. They're following their own laws. They're sinning against God, and therefore this is the outcome. In the humans who have studied societies and communities which undergo cycles of shortages of water, shortages of food. Incidentally, if you have been listening to the news, Sudan is undergoing a drought and famine. 100,000 people are starving to death. Drought also has spread to Kenya, it is reported. The East African area is supposed to be undergoing a time period of shortage of rain, and therefore shortage of food, and therefore a rise in prices. So the scientists will tell you there are certain things that human beings do that can bring about shortages. So Allah may send water, but the humans misuse that water. So there may be water, let's say upstream, and it doesn't reach downstream because upstream, let's say there is a hydroelectric dam, or it's being used for other purposes and it's not reaching downstream. Or sometimes there are countries. There's one country where the original flow begins and then the river reaches the next country. The first country puts a dam and blocks the water from reaching the next country. Or shortages can be caused by deforestation. You remove trees. Trees have been kept by God as a natural means to reduce the evaporation, to store water in the plants, to contribute to the water in the atmosphere through the process of transpiration. And any time when trees are cut for economic human activity, it affects the water availability, because now you're exposing the water surface to more evaporation, because now the ability for the ground to be able to hold water through the roots of the trees is reduced, because now there's more desertification. And finally, there may be causes of shortages which are not local or in the neighbor. Somewhere, somebody far away is engaging in an activity which is affecting the common atmosphere and the climate, and we are suffering here. Something known as global warming. There are some people who say these scientists are fake. This is fake news. There's nothing like global warming or rise in the temperatures on the earth. But majority of the scientists say yes, greenhouse gases are increasing, and they increase the temperature on the earth. The Arctic and the Antarctic, huge icebergs are breaking off. There is increase in dryness with increase of temperature. There is increase of bushfires. There is shortages of water expected. But these are geographical and human economic activities leading to shortages. Nuh alayhi salam is talking about something else. He's talking about the spiritual factors. And interesting, Nuh alayhi salam does not say that what are those factors. He just says, make istighfar, ask for forgiveness. That means anything and everything that you do to disobey God is going to affect the environment, the climate, the atmosphere, the water cycle, and is going to affect, therefore, the shortages that you experience of water. So, for example, there's a hadith, Abu Hamza Thimali reports from Imam Baqir alayhi salam. ما من سنة أقل مطرا من سنة. You're living near an ocean. Water is constantly evaporating. Clouds are forming. Clouds are drifting. There's no shortage of water from the oceans in the clouds. The question is, does that water get the command to drop? When, where, how much? Part of the reason, human activity. So Imam alayhi salam says, وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَضَعُهُ حَيْثُ يَشَاءُ. Allah drops that rain wherever He wants. إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ إِذَا عَمِلَ قَوْمٌ بِالْمَعَاصِي. If a people start sinning before God, صَرَفَ عَنْهُمْ مَا كَانَ قَدَّرَ لَهُمْ مِنَ الْمَطَارِ. The taqdeer was that they should get that water. But they did something sinful, and therefore that diverted the water away from them. في تلك السنة إلى غيرهم إلى الفيافي. No, it was dropped somewhere else. والبحاري. No, it was dropped back in the ocean, the water, but not on those in that dry land. والجبال. No, it was sent to the mountains, not to that people. And then the hadith continues that Allah may punish a people, and punishing not only the people, but because of them the animals, and therefore the plants. In the other riwayat, we are told that human activities that can cause water shortages include illegal earnings, suhat is mentioned, or no, denying other people's rights, or no, not giving sadaqah, or no, not giving zakat. But of course, all laws of God have their conditions. You want to pay zakat, there are conditions. You want to pray salah, there are its conditions. The Quran just says pray salah, but the details of the performance of the salah have been explained by the sunnah of the Prophet, by the explanation of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam in the hadith. So also zakat has its conditions as explained by the riwayat. Interesting hadith. You want to bring abundance and prosperity to you, feed others. There is nothing which attracts rizq to a people faster than feeding others. That's what the riwayah says. You take a knife and you put it on meat and you want to slice the meat. How quickly does the meat respond to the sharpness of the knife? That's how quick rizq comes to a person who feeds others. Another hadith says, you want more rizq, have amana. Be trustworthy, be honest. Another hadith says, have good character, husnul khuluq. Another hadith, in fact, incidentally, these riwayat have been mentioned to us by the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam from the Prophet, but all the past messengers also taught general principles. Notice this ayah that I quoted is from Nuh alayhi salam. Allah has sent prophets to all people. And therefore, there is recognition and awareness, at least at the conscience level, that yes, we have a duty towards other people. You show compassion and you share with others, and Allah will give you more. If I can summarize in one sentence, you want more, give more. Allah has unlimited treasures, but He decides who to give. Who is ready to become His agent, to receive and to share and to keep for himself what is necessary and keep a little extra, which Allah allows. And therefore, we have several du'as teaching us how to pray for rain during shortages. For example, there's a dua from Amirul Mu'mineen, there's a dua from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there's a dua in Sahifa Sajjadiyah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa alih, and then Imam says, Allahumma asqina al-ghayth wa anshur alayna rahmatak bi ghaythika al-mughdiq min as-sahab al-munsaqi li nabati ardik al-muniq fi jami' al-afaqi. Oh Allah, you provide us with the necessary water. Oh Allah, spread over us your special grace and mercy. Oh Allah, bring down, you are the rainmaker. Oh Allah, bring down upon us copious rain, big drops of rain. Amazing. Imam in this dua is describing also the type of rain that we want. Not this little tiny droplets of a drizzle. That's not good enough to be able to land on the ground and to penetrate and go deep down and settle in the underground table and nourish the aquifers or nourish the wells underground for those times when there is no rain. We want big drop rains, O Lord. And O Lord, we want special clouds which are moving under your control so that they can come and start the process of growth of vegetation on the earth. And make this earth beautiful and dazzling. وَمْنُنْ عَلَىٰ عِبَادِكَ بِإِينَاعِ الثَّمَرَ وَأَحْيِ بِلَادَكَ بِبُلُوغِ الزَّهْرَ. Oh Allah, we want the fruits to fructify, and we want you to revive these lands and the flowers to blossom. وَأَشْهِدْ. And oh Lord, bring to witness, to be present, your special agents. You've got a huge army of agents who carry out your commands, and these are your angels. Bring them. وَأَشْهِدْ مَلَائِكَتَكَ الْكِرَامَ السَّفَرَةَ بِسَقْيٍ مِّنْكَ نَافِعٍ. That these angels should carry out your order from the arsh. They come down to the physical world, and in the physical world they are responsible for every drop that is evaporated from the ocean and forms in the cloud, and the winds drive those clouds to the dry land. Every angel has been tasked with an errand to ensure particular drops are sent and delivered to which area. But it should be سَقْيٍ مِّنْكَ نَافِعٍ. I want raindrops which have manufa, which are beneficial, not too little and not too much as to flood. Look at the weather reports in other areas of the world right now. There's flooding going on. دَائِمٍ غُزْرُهُ وَاسِعٍ دِرَرُهُ وَابِلٍ سَرِيعٍ عَاجِلٍ. Oh Allah, al-ajal, al-ajal. Plants are dying. Plants are withering away. Oh Allah, as soon as possible. And let it be a quick rain, not too much, but quickly. And let it be widespread, not only here, but in all parts. And let it be plentiful. تُحْيِي بِهِ مَا قَدْ مَاتَ وَتَرُدُّ بِهِ مَا قَدْ فَاتَ. So that whatever is shriveling can be revived. Oh Allah, we want you to make this fruit reach its ripening, these plants to reach their full growth. Well, incidentally, I would just like to share with you, Imam alayhi salam, notice, is emphasizing on plants and fruits and vegetables. There's a recent study published in Britain. The medical researchers from Imperial College London, they say they've studied almost about 100 different studies about the eating habits of about 2 million people. And they've discovered that the effect of vegetables and fruits on the diet of people. You want to reduce death by cancer? You want to reduce death by heart disease? You want to reduce premature deaths? You make sure your diet includes vegetables and fruits. Not a little. Initially they said 5 portions, and 1 portion they say is what can go in one handful. A big apple, a big pear, for example, any citrus fruit. Or no, something, small fruits, but that can be held in one hand. That's 1 portion. They said 5 portions in the past. Then they said no, 7 portions a day. Now they're saying 10 portions. The more you eat, the better. 10 portions of fruits and vegetables, and they will enhance your health. Imam alayhi salam in this dua is praying, oh Allah, send your rain, because that is what makes sure the plants, the vegetables and the fruits will get the maximum nutrients from this earth. Let's pray to Allah for tawfiq, to be able to realize our duties and responsibilities. What we suffer is sometimes our own doings. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim wal Asr. Allah swears by time. These times of shortages, we need to wake up. Innal insana lafi khusr. Man, you are in a state of loss if you don't understand all the causes involved in these shortages. Illa alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat. Except for those who seek the truth and accept the higher wisdom of the Creator of the universe, how He is governing the universe. And once they realize the truth, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, they carry out the necessary deeds. They ask for forgiveness. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. And then they spread this message to everyone. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. And collectively fight against evil. صدق الله العظيم.